Okay, so we are live on different platforms. I'm not sure if you can, I'm audible there. Let me just check everything is going good. Am I live? Just to make sure I'm live, so we're just taking some settings here. Okay, it seems I'm live, and also let me know if my video and audio is in sync. It's not audible. Okay. So new experiments and new settings. How about now? I'm audible? Hello, hello. Great. Okay, it seems I'm good. Now it's working. Okay, cool. It shows it's working. Okay, great. It is in sync. Awesome. Cool. So today I was trying to use OBS and StreamYard together, and that's why it got delayed as usual. So I can pick up some questions and we'll start with the session. So we'll start the session in next 5 minutes, and then we'll talk about interesting topic. In fact, we have one of my favorite topic today, which we are going to discuss. And I also need to make sure that we are recording this session. Okay, now this will be one issue. Okay, anyway, we have the recording with us. Cool. So welcome back, aliens, to another session, another live session. And today we are going to talk about interface and abstract class with a different way. Maybe you have learned this topic in some other language, or maybe you have done this in Java, but we'll add some twist there. Okay, but before this, I want to take up some questions for 5 minutes, and then we'll start with the course. Okay, Mohan says, I'm very excited to listen to you, sir. Okay, that's great. So that means you're excited and you are here. Good job. Abhishek, thanks for joining. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Abhishek. Okay, audio is working. Power is back, and that's great. I can see few people are very consistent with these sessions. So it's always looks good. Okay, Sainath, I guess this is the same question. Is there any option to get full stack Java after 9 July? I need only videos. Yes, if you only need videos, you can do that as well. We have that option. You will be getting recordings if you once you enroll. Oh, thank you so much, Rashmi. Thank you so much for calling out. And today we are doing something different. We are going live on two different platforms at the same time. We are going live on YouTube as well as LinkedIn. I mean, we went live on LinkedIn before, but not for the course, right? So we're doing this. Okay. Sam says I will join July courses of Complete Java. Oh, that's great. See you in the course, Sam. Okay, please start quiz. As of now, we don't have that on the list. We want to complete the Java course, and soon I will be coming back with the quiz. Okay, thank you so much, Aditya. See you in the course. Are the links working? Okay, so I'm just waiting for everyone to join, and we'll start in some time. Okay, Ram says, hey Naveen, you made Python as a spoon-fed banana for me. Oh, that's awesome. In fact, we worked very hard to make the Python series, and it's going good. Okay, so I want to learn Java, Spring and Spring Boot live. Are you planning to do something live? Yeah, that's why we are launching this code, right? This course will be having all these concepts. You will find the link of the course in the description, or in the description, or you can see on the top. Okay, Dr. Gaming says the fees was deducted, but it shows you will get a refund. Yeah, that's again, the payment gateways are not that strong as of now. It doesn't matter which payment gateway you use. They don't have 100% success rate. So maybe you need to try once again. Okay, I'm enrolled Java full stack. I'm excited. In fact, I'm waiting for that day. I'm waiting for 9th July to get this course started. Uh, it's been a long time. I got excited. So yeah, excited for this course. Hi, Satanadela, sir. Oh, maybe you're going by the look. Okay. You're looking smart. Thank you so much. Okay, Arjun from Toronto. At what time is the Java? Okay, the course timing is 9 a.m. IST. So you can convert that into your time zone. So this is the time is IST 9 a.m. Weekend. And trust me, even if it is midnight, it's worth a watch. You are the solo Twitter in this tutor, not Twitter in this course. Yes, I mean we have other trainers as well, but I'll be the lead trainer. I mean, of course, you need help, right? If it's a very big course, basically, it's a huge course. It will go for 6 months. That's what we are thinking about, but it may go for 8 months because we have just taken all the concepts which are required for Java developers, and it's there in the course. You name a concept, it's there in the course, right? And that's why I wanted help, and we have amazing trainers in the course. But I'll be the lead trainer. A lot of content in Java full stack will it be able to cover in 6 months? No, actually, we are saying 6 months, but it may go ahead, and we are also planning to add extra sessions in during the week, doubt solving sessions, project sessions, so that we can finish everything on time. Yes, this will be starting from base. Even if you know, even if you don't know the Java concept, you can join this and we'll start from base. Okay, cool. So it's 7:10, and now let's get started with the concept. The concept for today is interface and abstract classes, and we'll start with that. Cool. So in the last session, what we have discussed, so let me show you the code, what we were talking about. So we were able to talk about a final keyword, but let me go ahead and let's talk about some advanced concepts. Again, I will try to keep the examples as simple as possible. And for that, we will be using the class name as simple as A, just not to get confused anymore. So, using a proper class name is actually a good concept, but the only problem with that is uh, we get more focused on the class names than on the concepts. I want you to focus more on the concept. That's why it's there. Awesome. And where you will find all these notes, you can find in description. There's a link for the dashboard, and all the notes are available there. And don't worry, this the course which we are doing now. It's free. You don't have to pay for it. Okay, awesome. So now let's talk about a concept of abstraction. So we are going to talk about abstraction. Now, basically, what is abstraction? Now, let's understand this in a conceptual format, and then we'll try to implement this. Now, first of all, when we talk about abstraction, it is taking the important step out. Okay. Example, let's say when you want to generalize things, we always generalize stuff. Right. Example, if you want example, let's say if you talk about a laptop. In fact, we have taken the same example. Let's talk about this. As a programmer, if you want to write code, if you want to write a program, or if you want to build an application, you need a machine, right? Now, specifically, that machine is a laptop or a desktop. But we always generalize things, right? We say, hey, we want a computer. But in this world, we don't have computers. We either have a mainframe machines, we either have a desktop, we either have a laptop, we either have a tablet or a phone. Now, all these things are real entities. You can actually see them, right? You can see a laptop, you can see a phone, right? You can see a phone, you can see a tablet. Can you see a computer? No, that's a concept. Computer is a concept, right? So when you say you want to write a code where you want to make it, you want to make something work, you basically need a computer. But the actual implementation, like a desktop or a laptop or a phone or a tablet, right? So the generalized concept, we say it's an abstraction. Okay. And Ritvik is giving a very proper answer. If you understand Hindi, this is what actually abstraction means. Aam khao, gutliya mat gino. That's right. This is Harry Bay. Okay, cool. Right. Uh, yeah, so don't focus on the implementation, focus on the concept. That's very important here. Okay, so how do we create it? So before that, let me see how do we implement that in any language, especially in Java. What you do is, if you want to generalize things, what you can do is you can remove this class name and we can say, hey, this is a computer. Now, when you say a computer, what a computer can do? A computer, we normally do computer, we use computer to code something, right? So I can say, I want a method which can code, right? So we can write a code in computer. But technically, if you think, we don't actually use a computer, we use the implementations of it. So I can say, I can write here, I can say what a computer has. A computer has a keyboard and a mouse and all those things. So I can say, writing code, okay? And here we can create another class. So basically, computer is just a concept, right? So we can create a specific implementation here, and we can say this is a class laptop. And even in laptop, we can say in laptop as well, we can code. But here I'm just typing, writing code in on writing code on laptop. Okay, so we're just saying writing code on laptop, and maybe we can have multiple implementation. Now, question arises: if you want to create an object, if you want to write a code, of course, as an alien, you want to write code. So what you can do is you can go back here, and here you can say, I want a laptop. I want basically I want a computer. So can I create an object of a computer? We can, right? We can say computer com equal to new computer. But if you try to understand, of course, in code wise, the way we have written the code, you can create object of computer, but technically we don't do that. We never write. I mean, in fact, in real world, we never buy a computer. What you buy, what you see is a laptop or a desktop. So yes, this thing will work, but I don't want this to work. I don't want anyone to create an object of a computer because computer does not exist. I know I'm writing a bold statement here. So I will say computer does not exist. Okay. I know that sounds weird, but if you really think about it, computer is just a concept, right? We have actual implementation. It can be a mainframe server, it can be a desktop, it can be a laptop, or it can be a mobile phone, it can be a tablet as well. So I don't want anyone to create object of a computer. What I want them to create is the object of laptop. Okay. How do I stop it? Now, first of all, even if you're able to create the object, you can't actually code on a computer. It's just a concept, right? So no one knows how to write a code on a computer. So sometimes there might be a scenario where you want a method, but you don't want to define what that method does because a computer will never do that. So I want to say, hey, this is a computer class in which it should be able to code, but I don't know how to implement code. That will be done by someone else. So computer is just a concept. Someone in this world will be able to create a device which will act as a computer. Someone will manufacture a laptop, someone will manufacture a desktop, someone will manufacture a phone which will behave like a computer. Okay. So what you're saying is when I say there's a computer should be able to code, a computer should be able to play videos. I will say public void play video. A computer should be able to dance, or no, computer cannot dance, but a computer should be able to walk. That will be ahead. A computer should be able to play music. I mean, that's what we use our iPads or mobile phones, right? To not do something productive, we watch videos and music. That's what you're doing now. You're watching a video. Okay, but this is informational video, so this will be helpful. Anyway, so what you are saying is a computer should be able to do all those things, and I don't know how to do it. Okay, computer is just a concept, right? So in the concept, you say it should be able to do this, it should be able to do that. But how exactly this will be happening? That will be done in the laptop implementation. Okay, now just to make it simple, let's only go for two methods. And look at this, we are not defining it, we are just declaring it. Okay, and whenever you declare methods, it's actually not allowed. You can see we are getting some bad words from your compiler. Your compiler says, hey, we have this method, but you're not defining it, you're declaring it. So whenever you give a semicolon after the method, that is what you call a declaration. Okay, this is not a definition. What you are doing here is you are defining the method. You're not declaring it here. You are defining a method, but here what you're doing is you are just declaring it. And the way you do that in Java is with the help of abstract keyword. So basically we use abstract keyword to declare it. Same goes for the second method, and you can say abstract. And the thing is, every different implementation, like we have a laptop or desktop, will have a different way of doing code, different way of playing a video. But maybe there is a method here which is a computer can compute. If you want, you can define it here. If I mean, of course, it all depends upon how you are implementing stuff. Uh, okay, so someone is saying the screen is not visible or it's not clear. Make sure that you choose that HD or the quality icon there and make it 1080. Okay, so you can define some methods as abstract by saying, hey, I don't know how to implement it. There will be some implementation in future which are going to implement this concept, which is code and play video. But I know how to compute, so I can say computing. A computer can compute. A computer can compute. So basically, you can declare methods and you can define methods. This is what we are defining it. Okay. So if you want to declare a method, just say abstract. If you want to define a method, you can define it here. Now, the only thing is, whenever you create a method which is declared, when you're saying it is abstract, you can only have abstract methods in the abstract class. So if you make your method abstract, you have to make the entire class as abstract. Okay. Technology is great, says 1080 is not also clear. Let me know, everyone else, if it is clear or is it blurry. Okay, great. Cool. So let's come back here. So what we can do is basically, if you want to make your method abstract, you have to also make sure your class is abstract. So basically, you can't have abstract methods in normal class. If you want to make a class which has abstract methods, make sure the class itself is abstract. Okay, this is called abstract class. So what we are creating here is called abstract class. And what we are doing here, these are called, basically when you're declaring it, this is abstract method. Okay. Okay. Graham is promoting, Pava is promoting his Poco phone. Nice. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Actually, I basically love dark themes when I write code, but then on video on YouTube, light theme makes sense because you can see things very clearly in the videos. Okay, so let me repeat the concept once again. And the concept is you can declare methods with the help of abstract keyword. Now, when you say abstract, it means you're not defining the method here. You're just saying, hey, there's a method which exists, but we don't know how to implement it. How do we define the method? The actual implementation will be done later, right? And when you have abstract methods, it should be a part of abstract class. If you don't mention abstract keyword here, it will give you error, and it will say abstract methods in not abstract class will give you error. So make sure that you have abstract class. Okay. And now question arises, can I create an object of a computer? And you can see that we are getting error. So it says computer is abstract, cannot be instantiated. So basically when you create a computer, you need to make sure, I mean, when you create an abstract class, you cannot create object of it. Okay. So basically you cannot create object of computer, but how will you implement this? So basically, if you want to create an object of computer, you need to make sure that you have a implementation class. You have this laptop, which is laptop. You will say extends computer. Now, what you're doing is you're saying, hey, computers is just a concept, right? There will be actual devices like laptop, desktop. So we have laptop here. Laptop says laptop is actually a computer, right? So you can refer to any laptop by saying, hey, this laptop is a computer, right? And that's why we say laptop extends computer, because laptop will have all the features of a computer, but it will have its own behavior. See, it is never mentioned that a computer should have a keyboard. Like we have mobile phones, this is also a computer. Is it anywhere mentioned that a computer should have a keyboard? Of course not, right? So you got this as a computer, we don't have a keyboard to it. Uh, and Apple says you don't even need a headphone jack. Okay, so nowhere mentioned that a computer should have a headphone jack. And Apple says, okay, once you say that, we'll remove it. Oh, okay. In the same way, when you say a laptop, laptop will have its own implementation. So what we can do here is when you say you are extending a computer, you have to make sure computer is an abstract class. And any class which implements or which extends an abstract class, you have to make sure you define all the methods. And that's what it is saying here. It says a class laptop must either be declared abstract or implement the abstract methods. Now, which method we have? Say this play video is still not defined. The code is defined, so no issue with that. But play video is not defined. So what we can do is we can say public void play video, and we need to define the method here. Playing telescopes video. Is it making sense? Okay. So basically, you can create an abstract class, and you can create a class which is extending an abstract class, but you have to make sure that you implement all the methods. If you fail to do that, it will give you error. Okay. And now my question to everyone is, how many methods do we have in laptop class? Tell me, how many methods we have in the abstract class? That's right. In total we have 3 methods: code, play video, and the compute itself, because the compute method is coming from the computer class. So laptop can actually code, laptop can play video, and laptop can also compute. So now, if I try to create an object here, I can't create object of computer because that's an abstract class, but you can create an object of laptop where you are referring it as a computer. Okay. I know you might be thinking why we have to even do that. Anyway, we are creating object of laptop. Then why in the world you want something like a computer here? Let me know in the comment section if you have the same question. If laptop is doing everything, then why we need a computer here? Okay. The reason is, let me explain that in some time. We'll talk about it, don't worry. In this session, we're going to talk about why in the world we need something like a computer which is not doing anything. Okay. But till this point, you got the idea, right? What we have done. Again, why? That's a different question. First, we have to understand what, then we'll discuss why. Okay. So basically what we're doing is we are creating a reference of a computer, but the object of a class, which is laptop. And then we are able to call this method, which is code. We will able to call compute. We will be able to call play video, right? And then this will work. If I run this code, I don't think we'll get an error. And yes, we got the output. You can see it says writing code on laptop, computing, playing video, playing telescopes video. Okay, awesome. So I hope these things are making sense. So you can create an abstract class and you can create the implementation. In fact, what if you don't want to create this method? Let me just remove compute for some time and let me remove this part as well. And you can see this abstract class only has abstract methods. We don't have a defined method. We only have abstract methods here. Okay, and Mayur is putting a good point there. Every laptop is a computer, but every computer is not a laptop. That's right. Yes, the codes are available in the dashboard. You can access the link in the description. Okay, and that's a good question. What's the use of using abstract class? We'll come to that point. Okay, cool. Now this makes sense, right? What I will do now is, in fact, this extra things. Okay. Now let me create another scenario here. Now, of course, we don't want to use computer as it is. Basically, if you want to code something, we need a separate class, right? And now that is your class, which is alien. Let's get back to alien class because we were missing this class. I'll put that here. And let me hide it. So basically, I want a alien class, right? So we are aliens. So we normally code, we build applications, we try to solve the real world issues. So one of the issue is, let's say I want to make an application. As a programmer, what we do is we build something. We are builders, Bob the Builder. Okay, so we build projects, right? So let's say, as an alien, you want to build something. So you join the company, and your company says, "Hey, we want to hire you for making this application." Now, once you join a company, of course, your job is to build. But don't you think to build something, you need a computer with you? So when you join a company, you will say, "Hey, I will only work when I get a computer." So let's say you have a dependency here. If you want to code, you need a computer. So in the constructor, it's in the method itself. You can say, if you want me to code, give me, give me a laptop. We have this tendency nowadays when you join a new company. Basically, this the company gives you some goodies or some things to work with, a laptop or a water bottle. I don't know why you need a water bottle there, but they give you all the goodies, right? And then you take a photo, you upload that on LinkedIn, uh, right? So that's a trend we are doing. But anyway, if you talk about this laptop, if you want to code, you need a laptop, right? So you will say, if you want me to make it work, you give me a laptop. And let me say this laptop is an object. In the world of Java, everything is an object. Laptop is an object. You, my friend, you are alien, and you are an object. That's harsh, but Java treats everything as an object. Okay, so basically, we want to build something, and then for that we need laptop object, and then with the help of a laptop object, you can say obj dot code. So basically, to code, you need a laptop. Okay, so that means if a company wants to hire you, if I say alien, let me just name it as A1. If a company wants to hire you, okay, they will say, "Hey, alien, build me a product." But you will say, if you want me to build a product, give me a laptop. When so basically Harsh is working for me. So he is my assistant, he's my editor, and so of course, as editor, he needs a laptop as well, right? But then Harsh has more demands. Harsh says, "I will work only when you give me what's the name? Bike name? Continental GT." Okay, so Harsh has more demands. So basically, for Harsh, if I want to hire Harsh, not just laptop object, he also need a bike. What is it? A bike? A normal bike? Super bike? Royal Enfield. We can say super bike. People are lot of people have high demand nowadays. But anyway, We are not going to hire Harsh here, so let me go with normal stuff. So basically, what we want is, as an alien, if you want to work, you need to pass the object of laptop. You can't say, "Hey, alien, build something." You can say, first you need to create object of laptop. Laptop, let's say laptop, or maybe we can say lap one is equal to new laptop. And of course, for every new alien, you need to give a new laptop. Right, Ritvik? A bullet. नखरे बहुत है इस बंदे के. That's true. That's true, Pawar. Okay, anyway, so when you want to build something, we have to pass the object of a laptop, right? That's how it works. Okay, is the video lagging for everyone, or is it for only Razia? Is it lagging? No, right? It's good. Okay, cool. So basically, what we are doing here is we are trying to build, and then for that we have to pass a laptop. But is it a compulsion for a company? Okay, let me just run this code and let me show you how it is working. Ignore the part which is there. Okay, ignore the above part. Just imagine there's a laptop class, and then alien wants to build something. Let's run this code, and you can see it will say writing code on a laptop. But what if you join a company and the company says, "Hey, don't, I mean, we will, you have to code, but we will not give you laptop, we will give you desktop." So let's say we have one more class here. We will not give you Superbike, we'll give you Activa. Activa, Honda Activa. So let's say we have one more class here, which is desktop. And now company says will not give you laptop, will give you desktop. Even on a desktop, you can code. Desktop can code, and you can say writing code on desktop. Cool. Okay. So everyone there with me? Are you able to follow my example? Hit that like button if you're following my example. Okay, cool. So now, so company says we don't have a laptop. We don't have a laptop here. What we have is desktop. Do you want to take it or leave the job? Okay. So we don't have a laptop. We have a desktop, and we will give you desktop. So if we are asking you to build something, we'll not give you laptop, we'll give you desktop. And as a programmer, you will say, "Hey, we only accept laptop. We only work on laptop." You can't do that, right? So that's where we are not compatible. So how do you make it compatible? So what you can do is, as a programmer, don't keep in mind that you have to only work on a laptop. You can say, "I can work, you just give me a computer." Now, this computer can be a laptop, this computer can be a desktop. I don't care. Just give me a computer. Okay, electrical engineer says by laptop, we can work from home. That's true. That's true. But maybe the company will ask you, now you have a laptop, you can carry it to the office, do that. Think about this. If a company gives you a desktop to work from home, at least you have an excuse now. Okay, let me check if my internet is working properly. As you are saying, there is, check if there's drops in packet. Dashboard link is not accessible. That's weird. Okay, so basically what you have to do is you have to say you accept a computer, doesn't matter is it a laptop or a desktop. Now, what are the things you have to make? What are the things you have to change is, first of all, you have to say the desktop also extends a computer. And then now you can see there's no error. So you can pass a laptop, you can pass a desktop, it will work. So as a programmer, you don't have to think about how a computer works. Now that's abstraction. You are not concerned about how a computer works. You just use a computer object and call the functions. You don't even know what is the implementation. Is it the laptop or desktop? Okay. Is it making sense, everyone? Abhishek is saying, do we have a QA at the end? Yes, we'll do a QA at the end. Yay! Okay, little confusing. Maybe you have to watch the same video again. Yeah, for the first time, it's always confusing to understand these concepts. And since we don't have enough time, we have to cover everything in 1 hour. That's why I'm going a bit fast. But you can just watch this once again. Normally, this concept takes around 2 to 3 hours to understand completely how the flow is. See, understanding what is easy, understanding why takes time. We can take another example. Yes, in fact, upcoming videos will be having some more examples on it. But try to understand this. Only one important thing: don't be specific. Always generalized stuff. Okay, take the important concept. So when you say you want an object here, instead of passing a laptop, you are generalizing it by saying a computer. Yes, there is a computer class. If you can go up, there's a computer class, abstract class. Just look at the code once. Venkatesh says, can we get a clear explanation? Okay, I can try that. The only thing is that at that point, we'll be having more time to explain one concept. Here, we have a limited time to talk about stuff. Okay, awesome. So just to repeat what we have done is we have a computer class here, which is abstract class, and then we have two class, which is implementing abstract class. One is laptop and one is a desktop. Oh, but we forgot to implement one method here, which is public void play video, and then we can say playing video, or you can say learning Java. That's right. Gopal says this concept is used frequently in programming. That's right. In fact, once you move to the advanced part like Spring Framework, this is something which you should know. And understanding this takes time. Yeah, that's right, Nagesh. I forgot to implement the method here, and that's why there was an error. But now this code should work. Okay. Mohan says, is it possible to take whatever you take in a build method? Yes, any class, any object which is implementing or which is extending computer, no other class. Is it must to build abstract methods of computer to a child class? Yes, it's compulsion. If you don't do that, it will give you error. Okay. Now with this, let's move to the another concept. So you got this idea, right? What is happening here? Now, basically, we have this concept of a behavior and is a relationship. So basically, when you say a laptop is a computer, right? Laptop is a computer, but a laptop is also portable. Okay. See, what we are going for is we are talking about a concept of interfaces. Now, interface is bit misunderstood by a lot of people. So let me just explain you how books or other people represent interface, and then we'll move towards my example. So let me go back to my screen here. Okay. So basically, when we talk about a class, okay, let's say we have an abstract class A. This is abstract, so I will give the hyphen on top of it. Why my video is not visible? Okay, and there. Okay. Okay. So basically, let's imagine we have a class which is abstract class, and when I say hyphen on top, it is abstract class. And we have one more class. We have a class which is B here. We have a class which is B. Now, when you say class B extends A, of course, we can do that, right? And class B can implement all the methods of abstract class. Okay. Now, the problem is, what if you have one more class here, which is C, and B want to extend C as well? Is it possible? Now, in Java, you cannot have one class extending multiple classes. Basically, we cannot achieve multiple inheritance here, right? So that's a problem, right? This will not work. This will give you error. So basically, we cannot achieve multiple inheritance with the help of abstract class. So in Java, we got a new concept, which is interface. Now, what's the difference between abstract class and interface? So what we do is we have abstract class, and then we have interface. Now, abstract class is basically a class, right? And next, in abstract class, we can have abstract methods and normal methods. But if we talk about interface, interface will only have abstract methods. Now, when I say it will only have abstract methods, actually, I'm talking about Java 7 version. Things have actually changed after that in Java 8, Java 9. There are some differences, but as of now, let's only talk about Java 7 features. So interface will only have abstract methods. And the best thing is, not the best thing, which I'm not a big fan of it, but if you have an interface, let's say I will use this icon for the interface A, and then we have interface B, and if you have a class C, you can actually, basically in abstract class, we use extends keyword. For the interface, we use implements keyword with a small I. So in the abstract class, we use extends keyword. In the interface, we use implements keyword. So basically, one class can implement multiple interfaces. Now, how do we create interface? It's very simple. You say interface A. That's how we create interface A. This is curly brackets, and we always mess up with that. If you want to create one more interface, you can say interface B. This is another interface. And then if you create a class, let's say class C, now class C can actually implements A, comma B. So one class can implement multiple interfaces. Now, yes, it looks like multiple inheritance, but not exactly, because yeah, looks like, but then it has a different use case. Interface was never there. Interface was not there to actually replace abstract classes. Okay, interface has a different behavior, and that's why design thinking is important. When you develop an application, designing your classes and interfaces are very important. So don't just create interfaces just because there's a feature of it. It has a special use case, and we'll talk about that in. Let's talk about that now. So basically, how do we create interface? It's very simple. Let's say I want to have a behavior where a laptop. There's a difference between laptop and a computer, right? A laptop is portable. Even a mobile phone is portable. Example, let's say if I create one more class here, which is mobile, we're getting a lot of classes. It's not a good idea to write all the classes in one file. But since we're into learning phase, we can do that. But when you make an application, always make sure that you create a separate file for separate classes. Okay, so here we are saying class mobile, which extends a computer and here we have to define all the methods. Now, if you are using IntelliJ, you can actually click on this red bubble and you can say implement methods. It will implement all the methods for you. And as of now, just ignore this override thing. Okay. And here we can say coding on phone. Anyone in the who is watching this who codes on a phone? I met one of my subscriber in Pune last year. I mean, before pandemic, and he built the entire game on a mobile phone using JavaScript. I was very impressed. Okay, you can say watching video on phone, but not clearly visible. That's the issue with watching coding videos on phone, right? It's not properly visible. Okay, Darshan says I code on phone. Good job, Darshan. Okay, there's a software for Python as well, PyDroid. Nice. Used Termax for 1.5 year in college. Nice. Okay, but a very good question. Why on phone? Maybe it is more portable. You can carry it anywhere, and you can code. You can code anywhere you want. And sometimes your laptop is not that powerful to use it. There might be multiple reasons. Nowadays people spend more money on phone than on a laptop. Okay, cool. Okay. So basically, we are saying phone, right? But don't you think this mobile and a laptop has extra feature compared to a desktop? It has extra behavior. Basically, your laptop and your phone is actually portable. So what I want is, as an alien, you can say, "Hey, I don't want. I mean, I want a computer, but I want a portable computer." So maybe you can add extra behavior by saying, "Give me a computer, but it should be portable." Maybe that's your requirement. Okay? Maybe you want a computer which is can we say portable or which can move. See what else we can do on a computer and a phone which you can't do on. Yeah, basically you want a computer, but you also want it to move. So basically, if you want to add that behavior, so just go with me. If you want to add a behavior, what you can do is you can create a interface by adding a behavior by saying this is something which is portable. Okay. And the difference between abstract class and the interface is in interface, all the methods. Yeah. So in interface, all the methods are by default abstract. And that's why you don't even have to mention this keyword called abstract here. In fact, we'll talk about more about interface in some time. Uh, no, no, no. Mobile is not a van. Mobile is actually a phone. I should have so said phone, not. Okay. So a portable, so interface will only have abstract methods. That's why you don't even mention the abstract keyword there. Now the advantage for laptop and a phone is you can come back here and you can say a laptop implements portable and a phone also implements portable. Again, what's the use of this? That we'll talk about that in some time. But understand the difference between abstract class and interface. Yeah, an abstract class, you can declare methods, you can define methods. In interface, you can only declare methods, you cannot define it. Again, I'm talking about Java 7 and Java 8, things have changed, and we'll talk about in the next session. Okay. And don't worry, we'll try to explain this more in the next session. How much battery is left? One? It will do. Okay. Yeah, why there's an error? Because when you are implementing an interface, you have to make sure you define all the methods. So the method name is public void. What's the method name? It was carry. So you can carry the laptop. Yeah, that's right. So instead of saying portable, we should be saying movable. Okay. So a takeaway point from here is not the example. The takeaway point is if you want to declare methods and define as well, you can use abstract class. If you want to declare methods, you can use interface. And also interface is used to define extra behavior. If you want to have extra behavior, use interface. Okay. And don't worry, in the next session as well, we'll talk about interface mode. That's right. Next session is interface is a big topic, and most of the time we are going to use interface. Even the next topic, we are going to talk about interfaces and lambda expression. Okay. And with this, let's take some questions. Anyway, my battery is about to die, not my battery, the camera battery. Is VS Code good for Java? Depends what you're doing. Personally, I prefer to use IntelliJ for Java, but yeah, VS Code is also good. थोड़ा confusion रहा आज के सेशन में. Don't worry, we'll clear that in next session. We'll take another example. Abstraction drawback. There's no drawback as such. It's just that use it only when required. You will find these notes in the description. You will find a dashboard link. Use that. Please try if you can. Dashboard is working, right? So use that link and access all the resources there. Next session will be on Monday. Okay, we got this familiar channel name, the Discord Tech. Nice. Monogaming says extra features can be. Okay, where that question just went up. Your core design features, yes. Extra methods. Okay, don't you get bored always being on with software always? Who told you that? I go live 1 hour per day. Okay, good. So that's it from this session. See you in the next session, everyone, which is on Monday. Again, from Monday, we are starting with our, from Tuesday, we are starting with the blockchain live community class as well. We'll make a separate announcement for that. So that's it, everyone. See you in the next session. Bye-bye. Take care. And hit that like button before you're leaving.